Okay, hey, just Dr. Roos, how you doing? This is a video that I'm making, so I can give like an outline of my microbiology course, and I'm intending this to be for not only my online microbiology course, but for my hybrid course as well for people that maybe missed the first day of class. But anyway, so I'm going to kind of try to keep it broad. Made this outline here, things about the lecture, and then I'm going to go through some of the lab items as well. So, it's just hopefully a quick video on what to expect if you've taken my course. Okay. So, this is my current class for microbiology online. It's for the spring of 2023, and this is I'm going to probably have the announcement for the first announcement will be a video like this to watch. But anyway, that's so what I'll do is I was going to put this over here and then go item by item on the list here. We'll start with what the syllabus quiz is, and then go on from there. So anyway, there's a new thing now for us. The syllabus now, we're not generating a Word file for the syllabus. It's a company that's doing it for us called Simple Syllabus. But right here on the very top, on the tab, you can see the syllabus. So what you do, to view a syllabus now at Daytona State, you click on it, and then it takes you to a website, Simple Syllabus website, and there is the syllabus for the class. There'll be one for the lab as well. You do the same thing in the lab website, and then expectations are there. So everything that I used to have, in my syllabus, I put in here now, and it'll just kind of stay there. So the syllabus quiz is the first activity I want you to do, and it's more or less you get 15 points just for taking the quiz. It's not graded, but I need a way of verifying your attendance. So there's the syllabus quiz, and there'll be an announcement about it under the quiz section. The syllabus quiz, you'll take it. It's pretty simple. 10 questions. What kind of there's assignments. You need to attend lab. So all the kind of important things that I want you to be sure you understand before you take the class is in the syllabus. It's sort of like a checklist, But anyway, that's the syllabus quiz. And then if you go into the content section, I just want to go through that now. In the content section, I'll have course information. I have a YouTube channel. I used to keep the syllabus here, but now I don't, the YouTube channel, lecture videos, concept videos, and things like that. So, I'll expect you to watch these unless you're taking my hybrid course. I'll be doing it in the class. But so you don't need to. But if you missed a class in hybrid, you could watch this video on section 2. That video covers the section 2 PowerPoint that I did while I was in a class. Okay, so now some of these videos you may not see everything on the chalkboard, but really just follow along with the PowerPoint. That's the important thing. If there's something you don't get that you think is important, send me an email. Then I do have these what are called concept videos. These are, I try to make it a short 5 to 10 minute video on important concepts in the class. So I'll just, I might say, watch this concept video if you want to watch it, and then I have all the PowerPoints. Now, there is an online text. It's called Stacks. At least at this point, we might change this. But if you needed a textbook, I don't take material. out of this textbook to use for my exams and quizzes. Okay, so everything you need to know for exams and quizzes are in my PowerPoints. Okay, it's the same thing with lab, right? I'm going to get to that in a minute, right? In the lab, there's a lab PowerPoint, and everything you need to know for lab is in that. Okay, so so we have that. Now the quizzes are listed here. So the first quiz, right, the syllabus quiz is to complete assignment 1, right? And then there are assignments in the assignment folder, and I'll have links to these in the announcements each week. And so there is no one for assignment 1 because you take syllabus quiz. That counts as the 15 points. You get 15 points. So each assignment here, there's a video that you watch, and then while you're watching the video, have the questions that you to answer about that video, right? So you download the file, like say for assignment 2, there's a you download this assignment questions. You can find these in the content section as well. Then watch this video. So click on this link. They'll take you to the video, and then you upload your answer, hopefully your answers that are on that sheet with the questions. Now, if you wanted to take a picture of it or whatever and then upload the picture, that would work. If you have trouble with your files and downloading, if you found an easier way of getting me the answers to me, that's good, right? You could do that. Sometimes people put in the comment section. Okay, but there are, a total of 6 assignments, and they'll all be due on the day of an exam, right? So exam 1, you have to complete assignment 2. By exam 3, you have to take assignment 3. And then there'll be quizzes as well, right, under the quiz section, right? You'll have, like, so for instance, quiz 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all taken before exam 1. They're due the same day exam 1 is due. Usually these are due online on Sundays. My hybrid class, you might take an exam in class, so it just depends. Okay, so then there is one assignment that's the flyer or written assignment, which gets assessed by turn it in. I want at least 50% of your own words on it. Like you can have, say, a list of signs and symptoms of a disease, right? Because usually you take you pick a disease or a bacteria that causes a disease and that kind of thing. So, but you should write down your own words in it, at least 50%, and turn it in should not find that identical to something on the web, right? Which is what it does. So that's due. I usually give you there might be some extra points or bonus points for turning it in early, but I'll make an announcement about that if that's what happens. All right, and then in the grade book, right, you have your assignments, 15 points. You get 10 points for your quizzes. You get 100 points for the exam. This is pretty standard, I think. The flyer is worth 40 points, at least at this point. And then in the grade book for the class, I do have a place for all the lab points that you earn. All right, so when you're done with the practical, I'll enter what your lab points are here. And then there's a total points as well that I enter, which is a combination of your lab points and your lecture points. But I won't do that until I have your lab points entered in the grade book at the end of the semester. So so this is the class, right? And you can earn a total of, it's like 660 points for the class. Now if you've taken a lab, right, I've got a lab here. Let's see, let's go to one of the labs. 402. This is one of my lab sections. There's usually no labs the first week. If you have the hybrid class, we still will meet in the hybrid class. But the second week is normally the week that the labs start of every semester. Now, in this, there is, if you go here to attendance, keep track of your attendance. If I were you, because there might be bonus points given for them. If you miss, there's a new policy now. If you miss the more than 2 labs, right, then you can receive an F for lab and lecture. All right, so keep that in mind. There's a syllabus as well. If you click on the syllabus, it'll take you to the lab syllabus. And, you know, if you look there, operate a microscope, technical requirements, you should wear gloves while handling bacteria. Lab coat should be worn in lab. No food or drinks. No open-toed. I should have open. I have to change that. No open-toed shoes. You have a lab coat, and then you get P&P assignments. They're worth 5 points apiece. There are quizzes worth 20 points apiece. There's an assignment, and a staying quiz is basically an activity. Same with the unknown assignment. It's sort of an activity. They're worth 30 points apiece. And then here is that policy. Unknown bacteria, you have to be there for that, right? Students receive an F for both lecture if they miss more than 2 labs, right? So that's the attendance policy. There are lab videos. We'll be watching some of these in lab, but how to culture bacteria is in here. Now, there's what are called purpose and principle assignments, or P&P assignments. So I made a video on how to complete them. There's one for the stains and there's one for biochemical tests. So the first 5 experiments or labs are 5 different stains, right? And when you do the assignment for that, the P&P assignment, which stands for purpose and principles, watch this video, and then you can watch this video if you have trouble. Now, hopefully you'll get explained during lab how to complete these P&Ps. At least in my lab, I'll be doing that. So the P&P assignments are not in the assignment folder, okay? They're quizzes. That's so P&P negative stain, P&P gram stain, right? This is a list of all the 20 assignments, and you know, the dates that they're due. So the negative stain and gram stain are due. And what you do is you just open up the quiz, and in the quiz, it'll ask you, what is the purpose of the negative stain, right? What is the purpose of the negative stain experiment? To view the size and shape of bacteria. Okay, so you, and then there'll be the question, what is the principle of the negative stain experiment? So all 20 will have, what is the purpose or what is the principle of so-and-so lab? 5 of them will be about stains, 5 labs, and then the remaining labs will be on what are called biochemical tests. So there's media that bacteria get put on, and then you can say, did they ferment something or something like that, right? We'll get into that when we get into the lab. I just want to familiarize you with these terms. P&P assignment, right? They're in the quiz section. Right, so what I did where we went over attendance, and then I showed you about the lab videos. There's a lab PowerPoint, so there's not a lab manual, okay? But we do have, right, a PowerPoint for the lab, which is, you know, we'll be conducting the lab. It's basically, you know, conducting the stain. Watch the video on how to do a stain, and then you'll actually do the stain. But the material you'll need when you're studying for quizzes, or even when you're completing your P&P assignments, is found in the lab practical. So the lab practical PowerPoint rather. I meant PowerPoint. There's right. The spore stain is used to identify the spore-producing bacteria. So when you do your purpose and principle, right? This is the purpose of it. All right, it's written in the PowerPoint. You need to use your PowerPoint when you're completing P&P assignments, when you're studying for lab quizzes or exams, right? During a quiz on the spore stain, I might ask you, what's the counter stain, right? What's the primary stain used? What's the color of the spore? Spores appear green, right? They're down here, these little green objects. So that's the lab PowerPoint, right? And when you take a lab, say the practical, then I've made this what are called practical figures, which is basically this PowerPoint that up here that contain figures that are unlabeled, so that you can hopefully identify them without the labels, which is what's going to happen when you take the practical. So that's for that purpose. So then we do have activities in the lab as well, right? The P&P assignments, the unknown assignment and the stain quiz are both worth 30 points. They're not, you don't have to study for the stain quiz. It's an activity. You need to complete something for that in the lab. And the unknown activity takes 3 labs. Okay, so each semester, if you look in the schedule here, lab 9, 10, and 11 are unknown stains, unknown biochemical test, unknown report, right? So these 3 labs, in order to earn 30 points for the unknown activity, you need to be present and complete, right? And you turn in a form, what you think your bacteria is. There's no makeups for those labs, unless you say maybe attend that same week you attend someone else's lab. And then the lab practical, right, is given, and there's no makeup for that, right? So keep that in mind. So anyway, that's kind of the idea. I just wanted to make this video that I could use every semester and use for both the hybrid and online classes. And like I say, you know, I wanted to have an outline like this, just, you know, to bring up and make all the main points and discuss, you know, like there's lecture videos, there's concept videos, there's P&P assignments, and hopefully you'll find this video helpful. And if you're going to take my class, I appreciate it, and good luck.